Everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Today we're going to be making a quick video, and I actually made these pastries that are called, we've named them, I've got a couple of people that helped me with the name. It's called crisscross pastries, and we're going to be crossing them. I'm going to show you, this is how they're going to look. Basically it's going to be crisscrossed, and I'm going to be filling it with my favorite potato filling, potato, peas, and carrots. I have a video of this. I will put a link up there for you guys to see. So it's just going to be a how-to video to give you some pointers on how to deal with pastries. And so a couple of things. The pastry that I'm using here is this kind of pastry. But I know in the past I bought different kind of pastries. It doesn't have to be this particular brand. I'm just showing you what I have and what I'm using right now. They're about 5 by 5, and that's what you want to do. So if you're using any other pastry, you want to make sure you cut it 5 by 5. And what I usually do with this kind of pastry is I kind of roll it out just a little bit because they puff a lot in the oven. So I just roll it out where they're about 6 by 6, so I can put the filling in and it makes a nice size square. So just gonna roll it up just like that. Another thing you want to be very careful with pastry is it's very warm today here, so you want to make sure that if you're gonna thaw them, I usually thaw them outside for a little while. As soon as they get just a little soft, I stick them back in the refrigerator. So that way, if you can't work with the pastry, it's gonna be really hard to do this method. So you have this 5 by 5 square, and or 6 by 6, and you just want to make sure that you kind of eyeball it, so you're just eyeballing it, okay? So now think of it this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting my filling here on the right. So if the filling goes on the right, what you want to do is you want to make slits just like this, and it doesn't have to be a certain number, whatever, as many as you can get, okay? And then we come back over here, and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to make a couple slits. And again, they don't have to be perfect because nobody's going to be seeing the inside of it. Now, when you see that, you're going to see that I can tell that this box just needs to be just a little bit bigger for the filling. So I'm just going to, so you'll have to play around with it. I'm just giving you a basic idea here. And you want to take your filling. If you're using ground beef, that's fine. You can even use apple. I think they would make an amazing apple pastry, crisscross pastries. They would just be would look very good, and you can serve it with ice cream. All right, so see how we have that. Now we're gonna take that flap that we really didn't do anything with. You want to put that right above it. This is where the important thing comes in, because this is where you want to make sure that you get the pastry, and you want to cover this little, like a little parcel. You just want to make sure that it's covered and it's pinched really well, so none of the filling will come out. So see how I just got that done? Now we're just gonna take one piece and we're gonna come down like this. Then we're gonna take another piece and I'm gonna go like this, and it can be either way. You're just gonna come up with a little different design of the weave, which is perfect because then you know that it's homemade. But that's how basically you're gonna finish off the pastry, by going back and forth. And when I finish, you're gonna see we're gonna have, now one broke, which is perfectly fine. You just stick it back on. No big deal. And that's because it's warm here, and the pastry will melt on you, because the main ingredient in pastries is butter. So, all right, so did you see that? Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you just want to take a little fork and just make a little bit of indentations, just to make sure that it's going to not take the filling out. And you can see here, you can see how the weaves have come out. You can even move the weave a little bit back and forth to get the design that you want. So basically that's it. And this is gonna go in a 400-degree oven until they're really nice and golden brown. The other tip I also want to tell you is you want to use 1.5 egg, meaning 2 yolks and 1 egg white. The reason for that is you're gonna get a really nice, deep, rich color. So I'm gonna stick these in the oven. When we come back, I'm gonna quickly show you how the end product looks like. So we're back here. It took about 35-40 minutes in the oven. And one thing you wanna make sure that, I don't know if my oven runs low, but I had to move the temperature up to 425. And I've noticed every time I do pastries, temperature has to be up high. Otherwise, you're gonna have all the butter that's gonna melt out of it if your temperature is low. And if that's ever happened to you, then you know that next time, just bring up the temperature of the oven. Now, I'm gonna show you here and how beautiful these look. They just look like crisscross buns here, or crisscross pastries. These ones here, I just took some parsley and some chili powder. You wanna put paprika on there. I'm out of paprika, but I just did it with that, or you could just leave them plain because I think they just look really, really fabulous with the, just on their own. And when we cut into it, they're really nice and flaky and I wish I could share these with you because they are absolutely amazing. This is a great idea for a lunchbox. Send with your kids to school or hubby office. This is great. They it goes pretty quick if you have the filling ready. They also go great with the amli chutney, and I will be doing a video of how to make the amli chutney very, very soon. So thank you all so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. See you then, friends.